What's going on? What's going on, Patriots? You just locked in the Hood Politics where we always keep it 100. I'm your host, Jay, and y'all already know on this channel we cut straight through the BS and get straight to the policies and issues that hit us close to home. We talk about everything from elections to national debates all the way up to political podcasts, and we throw a little pop culture in there every once in a while, and even a little comedy as well. I got some comedy coming up for y'all too, you know what I mean? We start each and every one of them off sending out our thoughts and prayers. And I want to send out my thoughts and prayers to our fallen general, Charlie Kirk, and the Kirk family. I also want to send out my thoughts and prayers to little teen Celeste, who got unalived out there. This whole case going on. I just did a video on that with the singer David, D4VD. I still can't get over that spelling. Yeah, let's get into it, man. I gotta this is crazy because I'm finna mash all three of these together and just put them in one video because it all happened in Chicago. We gotta bring y'all back up to the forefront. And one of these stories I'm finna do, the second story that I'm finna do right after this one right here, this is definitely insane. But the story I'm finna do after that, this actually happened to me and my family. So this second story that's coming up right after this one hits close to home. And it gets me fired up, because my family went through the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I almost went to jail behind it. You know what I mean? I literally almost went to jail behind that. You know what I'm saying? That situation. But Chicago, we gotta bring y'all up to the forefront, man. This dude, man, Brandon Johnson got y'all out here bad. He got y'all out here bad. This is crazy, yo. So we got 1 dead, 8 shot at the tree lighting downtown Chicago for Christmas. This is insane. 300 plus riot. Like, this is insane, man. Let's jump right into it because I don't want this to be too long.
The Christmas spirit, the Thanksgiving spirit, I'll tell you what city is not, and that would be Chicago. What should have been a peaceful tree lighting ceremony turned deadly in Chicago. President Trump says that Chicagoans are actually chanting for him to come back, bring in Trump, after a 14-year-old boy was tragically killed and 8 other teenagers.
And they are. The people. See, everybody listening to all of these talking heads who got all of these platforms and got all these mouthpieces, but ain't nobody listening to the people. They don't speak for us. That's the one thing I hate more than anything on this planet is somebody who think they can speak or got the right to speak for somebody else. Those bougie black liberals, those white liberals, they don't represent Chicago. They don't.
Were shot. Plus, multiple police officers were attacked in a violent 300-person riot days after a career felon was accused of setting a woman on fire on a Chicago train, which the mayor dismissed as just an isolated incident. You guys, this is crazy what's happening.
It really is. It's kind of
remarkable to think about a Republican president who is weighing in on this. Usually you have Republicans who do not care about things that happen in places like Chicago ever. And you have a president in President Trump who cares deeply about what is happening in a...
And that is the Republicans' downfall with the black community. I've said it plenty of times and I'm going to say it again. Y'all don't go out. I know those are not your districts. I know you don't represent those people. I know they're not your constituents. But they still need to know that y'all care if you want they vote. And that's why it's so easy for my community to believe that y'all are racist when these people tell them, because you don't show up in their neighborhoods at all. And they need you. If you come out there and show up and tell these people, hey, listen, man, this is what you need to do. Y'all need to get these people out of here because we will clean these streets up. You don't do that. You can go campaign for other Republicans in those cities. You could get out there and stomp the streets with the Republicans that do represent Chicago and Illinois, but you don't. That's why it's so easy for the black community to believe and be brainwashed that y'all are racist. That is the exact thing, and he just said it right there. And I don't believe that. I believe you care. They on Fox News say you don't.
A deeply Democrat city like Chicago, and as usual brings his completely fresh perspective of what I think is a normal person's perspective, which is, are you kidding me? A tree lighting ceremony, 8 teenagers shot, 1 killed. This is totally unacceptable in the leading country of the free world. You cannot live in a country like this. This is completely unacceptable. And obviously, a lot of people are uncomfortable with the idea of sending in the National Guard to American cities. But if the alternative is this, well, that's why a lot of people say, okay, well, let's give it a shot.
Well, we've had Chicago moms on this show who have lost children to the violence in Chicago who've said, yeah, please do come. So, yeah, the mayor's saying we don't want Trump, but what do the citizens want?
Exactly.
And by the way, Griff, you have
exactly
a tree lighting ceremony like this. This is how you kill community. Who's going to come out next year?
Well, and there's a little bit, Rachel, of denial, too, on the behalf of Mayor Brandon Johnson, who has opposed the Trump administration's offer of federal assistance at every turn. And just on Thursday, literally the day before this horrific Christmas violence happened, was diminishing these acts of violence, saying they're isolated. Listen here.
This is an isolated incident. I mean, I don't see this as some sort of trend. And again, you know, the level of accountability that has to happen in this moment, you know, I trust that the federal level will do its part.
I don't like the way they just chopped this up. This is not what he was talking about. He was not talking about this. This interview here, he's talking about the man setting the lady on fire. No, we don't think that's a trend. Hopefully it's not a damn trend, but I don't like how they mix these up. Like, he is talking about this right here. Did he say that? Downplays the violence. Okay. Right. He downplays it. I thought they said the downtown violence. Excuse me. My reading is off right now. I didn't want to be misleading anybody. But yeah, this is the interview he had about the guy setting the lady on fire. So I don't like the way they make both of these go together. Like, he was talking about this is an isolated incident. We already know what he think about them. Oh, they're just kids. They just need something to do. We just got to get them some jobs. And we got to get Trump to send us this money. That's all he wants. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so listen, man. That's that. Once again, another violent weekend in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want my president help. So as long as they don't listen to the people, Trump ain't gonna never be allowed to be there. You know what I mean? And now, this one right here. This hit so close to home. And I'm going to tell y'all the story after we get to this, man. This young lady, man, was going to pick up her autistic son from school. And got dragged by kids. Literal children as young as 9 to 14 years old. They just beat them. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm going to tell y'all, the story behind how this exact same thing happened to me and my family in Chicago.
Outrage in South Deering after a mother and child attacked on their way home from school. Casey Cronus is live outside of Orville Wright Elementary School with the very latest on this story. Casey, what can you tell us?
Hi, Sylvia. This video is heartbreaking to see. That woman, a 33-year-old, says she was walking her 9-year-old son home from school when they were jumped by a group of kids. And we need to warn you, the video is difficult to watch. We have frozen it before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after the woman named Korshanda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached
And if
them
I'm not
and started
mistaken, I think
punching and
she's
kicking
pregnant.
them. Korshanda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him. Here's what happened yesterday in her own words.
So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there, and then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Outrage in South.
Hey, now, I experienced this whole, my baby mama experienced this. I experienced this. We was living on the west side of Chicago. And we moved right across the street from these projects called the Manors. They like on, I believe if it's 21st and Cermak or some crap like that, down that way. You know what I mean? Going towards the south side of Chicago. And so we put our kids in the little school right across the street from where we live. Like, it's literally, we lived in this apartment building. The Manors little projects was right across the street, directly across the street from us. And the school was like maybe a half a block down on the same block. Then you had to cross nothing but one street, and that's the street to cross over to the other side, walk up past the Manors, and the school is right there, right? So my kids being the new kids at school and the new kids in the neighborhood, you know, I guess the little bullies at school thought, you know, they were some easy targets, not knowing who their daddy was. You know, I ain't always been this put together, productive citizen of society as I am now. I used to be with it, like really with it, in it, out in the streets. I did it all. I've been there, locked up, penitentiary, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm an ex, yeah, that I done that, gang bang, all of that, and I was one of them dudes, me and my squad, and we was known on the west side of Chicago. Every clique I ran with, it was 3 of us: Death Row, Dog Pound, and Brickyard. And for anybody from Chicago, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? We was 3 cliques that nobody wanted to deal with. You know what I'm saying? We didn't play no games with nobody. So I moved over there, you know. And so the little bullies, I guess they bothering my kids. You know what I'm saying? My kids telling me, you know, yeah, Pops, man, you know, these kids, woo, keep bothering us. They jumping on us, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Yada, yada, yada. So he like, man, they keep following us home and this and that and this. And, you know, I ain't paying no attention. I'm like, man, kids gonna be kids, not knowing how serious it really was. You know what I'm saying? As you can see. You know what I'm saying? And so it kept happening. You know what I mean? And I was out in the streets. And I'm not even gonna lie. I'll tell you, I was out in the streets doing my thing, selling dope, you know what I mean? Doing my thing. You know, while the kids at school, I come home, pick them up, and become a dad. You know what I'm saying? Other than that. And then when mama get home, I'm back out in the streets. When mama get off work, I'm back out in the streets getting that money. You know what I'm saying? And so one day I come home early and I hit this crowd. You know what I mean? And my girl had got off work and she had went up to the school. And, you know, we didn't have to drive, so she just walked over to the school, and I pull up and I see a crowd of people, cars following, everything, you know what I'm saying? And It's my baby mom, my 2 boys, and my 2 little girls. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, they was like 5 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, they went in the house. I just looked at it and brushed it off, right? You know what I mean? So I go up to the school. I tell the school what's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna walk my kids home from now on. You know what I'm saying? So the next day, man, I pick my kids up. Yo, same thing happened. And I'm tripping, right? Because I'm like, man, I will destroy y'all little asses out here. You just don't know the tree you barking up right now. And we got dogs. You know what I'm saying? So my instinct was, because they had started throwing rocks, they was talking crazy. You know what I mean? Now they start throwing rocks. You know what I mean? They start throwing rocks. And one of them almost hit my baby girl. So I'm like, man, these people don't know who they playing with. Listen, man, when I grew up, rocks was my toys. I was just telling my baby mama, I got my ass whooped one time because we was playing. See how I got bouncers like that? That's how the bouncers was at this little house. You know what I'm saying? And all we used to do was have rock fights. You know what I'm saying? And my guy had his head through the banister, and I boom, boom, put a nugget on his head like this big. Poor Adrian, man. But it wasn't poor Adrian when his mama brought him over there. And my mom and dad seen what was going on. And my dad got hold of my behind. It was poor Jay. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so I'm like, oh, they want to throw rocks, right? I pick up a rock, fling it, catch Shorty, bing, right side the head, bam. Shorty say, oh, I'm finna go get my daddy 22 and I'm gonna pew you. You know what I'm saying? But he said something else. I'm just, keeping it. He's like, yo, pew me. Now that pissed me off, right? So I was starting to let the dogs out. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm finna fix this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And I take my sons and them upstairs in the house. We had these porcelain ashtrays. And everything that happened will happen. I can't get in trouble, so I can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We had these little porcelain ashtrays. You know what I'm saying? So I told them, hey, go get one of y'all sweat socks. Put these in there, Joe. And when they come up on y'all, Joe, give it to them. Give it to them. And Daddy will come up there and deal with the rest. You know what I'm saying? You won't be in trouble. Daddy will come deal with the rest, right? So they go to school. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, I ain't even finna go nowhere. I'm finna stay home. School started at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Whenever what time it was, I promise you, 10 minutes later, my phone rang. My phone rang. I'm like, hello? They're like, this? Yes, it is. What's going on? Your son, such and such, has just knocked the boy out in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need you to come up here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'll be right up there. So I go up there. I go up to the school. I see Shorty. Yeah, he hickied up. He hickied up. You know what I'm saying? So I started laughing. And they looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? They're like, your son had an ashtray and a sock, and he hit this kid, and you know what I'm saying, and wore up the bam. I'm like, okay, and? Well, he ain't allowed to have, did you know he had that? I said, yeah, I gave it to him. They was shook. They was shook. I'm like, yeah, I gave it to him. They're like, you can't do that. Like, why not? I've been up here. My wife been up here. They've been up in here. We've all told you that these kids has been following us, following them home, doing this, doing that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? The police came, got involved. You know what I'm saying? I talked to the police. Police like, man, you can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? We understand. We're going to take care of we'll have to bam. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have all the parents up here, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow. I'm like, cool. So, this is the fun part. Now I told y'all who I am and the cliques that I run with. You know what I'm saying? On the west side. We them boys. We was them boys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking my kids to school, and guess who was in front of me? With his dad. Shorty, who I bink with the rock, and he told me he's gonna get his dad 22 and pew me. You know what I'm saying? So he tell his dad, I see him turn around, peep me, eyes get big, he tap his dad, tell his dad, yeah, dad, that's the one, that's him right there. Yo, when I tell you, I never seen a black man turn white, pale. I saw it. Cause when this dude turned around and saw it was me, yo, everything, you just see the whole, everything go out of his body. It was crazy. So I walked right up to him in mode now. I got the babies behind me. Man, hey, what's up, G? I'm like, what's up, gangster? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, this your kid? Yeah. I'm like, man, check it out, man. Yo, Shorty said yesterday, him and his partners, man, they been whooping on my kids, you know what I'm saying, ever since we moved up in here, you know what I'm saying? And they follow my girl home. Bro, they follow me home. Your Shorty threw a rock at me. That's why he got that nugget on his head, because I took one back and slung it back across the street and popped his little ass in the head. And after I did that, he told me he was going to go get Yo 22. And I got my hand in his chest like this. He told me he was going to go get Yo 22 and pew me, bro. Yo, this dude heart had to drop to his feet. I mean, I didn't have to say nothing else, because he already knew what was about to happen, bro. Either you finna handle this right now, or I'm finna handle you right now. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, right hand, dude beat his son all the way to school. He whooped his ass all the way to school. I'm talking about haymakers, not no belt. He, boom, boy, you don't know what you almost got our family. He breaking them down. Apologized to him. He apologized to my baby girls. He apologized to my boys. You know what I'm saying? Then I went in there, and before the kids and the parents was in there, and the teachers and the police wasn't in there yet. So when I walk in, everybody looking at me. So I like, man, we finna end this right here. Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell all y'all, everybody in here something, man. They ain't going back down. They're not. Your kids are gonna come home looking like that every time. Now, what do y'all want to do? Y'all can either get with these dudes who y'all know gonna scrap and get down and run with them, or y'all gonna keep getting these. And ever since then, my kids was cool. Yo, everything was all good after that. Everything was all good after that. But yeah, that's why this story hit home to me, man, because these kids is bad like that. And that's what I'm trying to tell all my white constituents, all my white friends and my white patriots. This ain't about race. They are wild. They will hurt anybody who get in a pound, bro. And that's just how it is. Man, this went a little long, so I ain't gonna even do the third video, but I'm gonna do it after this. I ain't gonna hook it to this one. So this your boy Jay. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all, man. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when I drop a new video. Check out my TikTok. I do great trolls over there. You know what I'm saying? At Hood Politics 3.0. This your boy Jay from Hood Politics checking in, and I'm checking out, y'all.